In this video, we are going to look at some intermediate level bill of material options. I will be using the linkage arm assembly drawing located in the working files folder. I am going to begin by adding a bill of material just like we did in the earlier lesson. I'll select the annotation tab and then the drop down tables. Next, bill of materials. If you recall, I need to select a view to create the bill of material from, and then the property manager opens. I am going to go with the default options, so I will select the green check mark. Next, I'll go back to the screen and place the bill of material, and then we'll zoom in on the bill of material. If you notice in the default bill of material, SOLIDWORKS places the component name into the part number column. If you would like to change this, all you need to do is to move the cursor above the bill of material. And when you move the cursor above the bill of material, we receive two blue bars, one on the left and one along the top. If I click these three arrows pointing to the left, it expands. And notice I have a part icon in front of each one of these parts. If I right mouse click on the part icon for base, a context sensitive menu appears. Next, I'll select Component Options. And you'll see in this menu here, the part number is base, which is the component name, or in other words, the document name. If you want to change that, select the drop down. We have two more options, Configuration Name or User Specified Name. I'll select User Specified Name and enter a part number of 123 ABC. I'll then select the green check mark and the part number is updated. Now, if you would like to add the word base, which is the component name, under the description column, you need to right mouse click and then open that part file. Select Open Base. The part file opens. I'll then select the File drop-down menu and then Properties. A summary information dialog box appears and it has three tabs in it: Summary, Configuration Specific, and Custom. We are going to work in the Custom tab, and I am going to move down to the Property Name column and left mouse click one time. Select Description. I want the type to be text, but notice the options here: text, date, number, yes or no. And I want the value to be the name of the part, base. Select OK. Go back to the drawing. And notice the description is updated. Now let's take a look at adding a new column to the right of the description column. I am going to right mouse click in this blue bar and select Insert, Column Right. We have a menu that appears, and you have several choices here: Custom Property, Unit of Measure, Equation, Item Number, Part Number, Component Reference, and Toolbox Property. Leave it at Custom Property. The property name I am going to select is Last Save Date. The column populates. I would assume that this is not something you want to appear on the finished drawing. You probably want to hide this column. So if we simply position our cursor above the column, left mouse click, we have an option for Hide Show. Once I select the Hide button, the column highlights, and as soon as I click outside of the bill of material, the column is hid. Looking at this toolbar, we also have the options to justify the text, rotate the text, fit text, add equations, column properties, hide show, and we can change the header from top to bottom. Notice the bill of material update. Now let's take a look at how to exclude a component from the bill of material. Right mouse click on three-hole plate. I have the option Exclude from Bill of Material. I receive a message stating that the component will be excluded. And if you want to include this component in the bill of material at a later time, you need to right mouse click on the item in the Feature Manager tree to include it in the bill of material. Right mouse click, Exclude from Bill of Material, and select OK. Component number 5 is removed or excluded from the bill of material. Now, if we want to place it back in there, we just need to go to the Feature Manager tree, expand Drawing View 1, expand the linkage arm, go ahead and stretch this out a little bit. That item was a 3-hole plate. I'll right mouse click on the 3-hole plate and then select Include in Bill of Material. And it places it back in the bill of material. Now, this next item you may have noticed already. When you expand the bill of material, if you position your cursor above any one of these components, you will get a preview of that component. Let's go ahead and size the Feature Manager down a little bit. Fit the drawing back to the screen. If you move your cursor above the components and left mouse click, it highlights the components on the drawing sheet and in the Feature Manager tree. Notice how the components are being highlighted in the Feature Manager tree. Or if you select an item in the Feature Manager tree, it's highlighted in the bill of material. Notice this grayed area. So that is a handful of intermediate options for bill of materials.